The next is a science lecture. Hello, Dhruv sir. Hello.
We started with chapter number 3 from science textbook. That was our first chapter of physics, force and pressure. So since there was little disturbance in the last class, I am going to quickly revise what we have completed, and then we are going to start with the next topic to be done for today. Okay. So we discussed a few examples of where force is applied, right? So we are going to see the heaviest object here. Okay, we are definitely going to imagine the heaviest object here, that is airplane, can very easily fly in the air. Okay, how is this done? By applying force. We don't study all of that in detail in this standard. Okay, we are going to understand the basics of it. So when we apply force on any object, we know that we set it into motion. Okay, now that you all are at home, you all are good children. You help your mama in a lot of work. Okay, so when mommy tells you to pick up a heavy bucket filled with water, what do? We lift up the bucket filled with water. There we apply force. I tell you to move a heavy box. What you do? You're going to apply full force and you're going to push a box. So pushing is example of application of force. I tell you to bring that box near to you. There we pull the box. So pulling also is an example of application of force. Okay, so pulling, pushing, lifting, or for that matter, I tell you to kick the ball. So kicking, okay? You apply full force of your leg to kick that ball. So all these are examples of force. Okay? So students, why is it so important for us to study force? To understand pressure and to understand the daily activities. There are a lot of objects that keep moving in our surrounding on everyday basis. So to understand how those objects move, we study force. Okay? So students, any kind of push, pull, lifting, kicking, these motions all are due to application of forces. Here I give you a task. The task is to take these pins and stick these papers onto the notice board. So what are you going to do? You are going to apply force. With the help of your fingers, with the help of your thumb, you're going to put these pins in the notice board. So we are going to perform the same experiment. We flatten the board, okay, so that you can see how these pins are inserted in the board. So we take these pins at two different positions. At position A, the pin is kept inclined. Okay, you can see that it is kept at an angle. At position B, the pin is kept vertical. Okay, उसका अगर आप angle देखोगे with respect to the board that is lying on the floor is 90 degrees. Okay, so whenever we keep anything vertical, its angle with the horizontal is 90 degrees. Okay, now what is your task? Your task is to apply force. So here you are going to apply force with the help of your thumb. Now students, imagine in which position you're going to apply little force and the pin will automatically and easily slide inside the board. I hope many of you have an access to answering in the chat box. So you all can keep answering in the chat box as I cannot unmute you. So here at position B, when we apply force, this force which is applied perpendicular to the horizontal. Perpendicular का मतलब क्या है? I told you at 90 degree angle. The pin is going to slide very easily inside. Okay. So students, At A also the pin is going to go inside, but it is definitely easier for us to see that the pin at position B slides inside. Okay. So what does this simple experiment tell us? It tells us that the pin will penetrate into the wood, okay, from the pointed end, okay, where it is meeting that horizontal board, okay. So students, this force is very, very important for us to remember. Okay, what do we call this force as? We call this force as thrust. Perpendicular force, a force that is applied at 90 degrees, is called as perpendicular force, and the term that we use for this perpendicular force is thrust. Okay, so you all will definitely put a star mark in your notebook and write in capital letters in the margin what is thrust. Thrust is perpendicular force. Now, based on this experiment, we are going to perform another experiment, okay, to understand what is pressure. Because in this chapter, students, we are understanding different types of forces, and we are also understanding what is pressure. We are also going to solve a lot of numericals on pressure. Okay. So let us understand. We take the same board, which is kept horizontal, lying on the floor. We've got two pins kept at in different ways. Okay, at different positions. So here you all can see at position A, the pin is kept vertical at 90 degrees. At position B, the pin also is kept horizontal. जैसा हमने board रखा है, वैसा ही हमने pin रखा है. So now I first want you to concentrate on area of contact, okay, to understand pressure. So यहाँ पे at position A, I have the point of the pin, the sharp point of the pin in contact with the board. So I've got a very small, tiny area of the pin that is in contact with the board. At position B, when you see, the whole of the pin is in contact with the board. Okay, so definitely at position A, the area of the pin in contact with the board is more compared to A. Okay, तो हम लोग जब at position A देखेंगे छोटा सा पॉइंट है पिन का, वो पोजीशन A पे बोर्ड के साथ कांटेक्ट में है. एट पोजीशन B जो बड़ा एरिया है पिन का, वो कांटेक्ट में है बोर्ड के साथ. ओके, so now students, I want you all to look at this picture carefully and think, okay, and you answer. You imagine as if I'm listening to all your answers, okay. I definitely unmute you all in between to get the answers, but since we've got to complete this, I won't do it immediately. So you all think that you all are answering me, okay. So at position A, when I apply pressure, it is definitely going to be easy for me to put that pin inside the board. Whereas at position B, students, it is not going to be very easy for me or for you also to put that whole of the pin inside the board. Why? Because more area of the pin is in contact with the board. Okay. So what do we understand from this, students? Understand one very simple thing. Here, whenever we talk about pressure, we have to concentrate on two terms. We have to concentrate on force as well as the area which is in contact with the horizontal. Okay. Or we can also say area on which the force is applied. Okay. So here in case A, that is at position B, the area on which the force is applied is a very small area. At position B, the area on which the force is applied is a larger area. So students, this relation of force, area and pressure gives us a very, very important formula. That is the formula for pressure. Pressure is equal to force upon area. And this is how we define pressure scientifically. So how are we going to define pressure? I told you we are going to split this definition into three parts to remember it immediately. Okay, so what is pressure? It is the force exerted. Okay, pressure क्या है? Pressure है एक force जो हम exert करते हैं. अब हम ये force कैसे exert करते हैं? Perpendicular. Perpendicular का क्या मतलब है? At 90 degree. Okay, किस एरिया, कुछ तो एरिया हमने लिया है जिसके ऊपर हमने फोर्स एक्सर्ट किया है, राइट? So on a unit area, how do we define pressure? The force exerted. Okay, everybody is going to repeat it the way I am telling you all to repeat. The force exerted. Okay, how is the force exerted? Perpendicularly. Okay, how is the force exerted? Perpendicularly on a unit area is called pressure. Okay, so this is a very, very important definition, can come in the exam for 1 mark. Whenever it is asked, you're going to write the definition. Along with that, you can write the formula and put it in a square box, okay, like it is given here. So what is pressure? The force exerted perpendicularly on a unit area. What is the formula? Pressure is equal to force upon area. Okay. Now, students, if you all have not written this definition in your notebook, please take a minute and take down the definition as well as the formula. So you can put the subtopic as pressure, and this is the definition of pressure. You can write it. Along with that, you write the formula of pressure. I hope you all have completed. Now, I want you all to make a note of a small, very important point, which also can be asked in syllabus. That is the SI unit of pressure. Students, when we talk about units, we have two systems in which we write units. Okay, when you all go to your higher classes, you're going to definitely study units also in detail. Okay, for now, we are only going to remember this. Okay. So majority of the times in physics, when we study about physical quantities, जैसे अभी हम यहाँ पे pressure पढ़ रहे हैं, it is a physical quantity, okay, जिसको हम measure कर सकते हैं, force को हम measure कर सकते हैं, area को भी हम measure कर सकते हैं, right? So any quantity that can be measured, okay, has a unit, और वो unit को हम क्या बोलते हैं? SI unit, okay, capital S dot capital I and UNIT unit. तो pressure का भी SI unit है, okay? तो प्रेशर का SI यूनिट भी हमको याद रखना है. So how are we going to write the SI unit of pressure? Students, it is written as Newton per meter square. Okay, so हम Newton per meter square कैसे फाइंड आउट करते हैं? अगर हम लोग फोर्स का यूनिट लिखेंगे SI यूनिट, तो वो न्यूटन है, राइट? तो न्यूमरेटर में हमने फोर्स की जगह पर लिखा कैपिटल N, और एरिया तो हम लोग बहुत टाइम्स मेजर करते हैं मैथमेटिक्स में, राइट? तो एरिया हम कैसे मेजर करते हैं? स्क्वायर मीटर. तो उसको लिखते कैसे हैं? मीटर रेज़्ड टू 2, दैट इज m रेज़्ड टू 2 मीटर स्क्वायर. तो सोचो न्यूमरेटर में n आ गया और डिनोमिनेटर में m स्क्वायर आ गया. So that is why we say that the SI unit of force is Newton per meter square. ओके, अब न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर को एक फिजिक्स में टर्म दिया गया है, क्योंकि प्रेशर किसने स्टडी किया था? पास्कल ने स्टडी किया था. तो हम क्या यूनिट डालेंगे? कोई भी साइंटिस्ट अगर कोई भी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी पढ़ता है या कोई भी थ्योरी इन्वेंट करता है, तो हम लोग यूजुअली वो क्वांटिटी का यूनिट क्या देते हैं? वो साइंटिस्ट का नेम, राइट? So here we are going to use the same name. So Newton per meter square is also written as Pascal, PASCAL, okay? और उसका हम लोग सिंबल क्या यूज करते हैं? कैपिटल P, स्मॉल p. Okay, so this is what I want you all to write below the formula of pressure. Write down the SI unit of force. The SI unit of pressure is Newton, capital N, slash meter square. You can put a slanting line, slash, then m raised to 2, small m raised to 2 is meter square, full stop. It is known as Pascal, P-A-S-C-A-L, Pascal. In brackets, you can write down capital P and small a. Okay? I hope you all have written that and you all are going to remember this. Okay? Now, students, we have a lot of examples on which we can be asked questions. Okay? Sometimes they ask, why is it easy for a camel to walk on desert? Okay? Why is it so easy for army tanks to move on desert. So if I give you a cycle, I tell you to, ride your cycle on a desert. It is definitely not going to be very easy for you because cycle का wheel का जो area that is going to be in contact with the desert is going to be a smaller area. Okay, so वो cycle basically desert के अंदर चला जाएगा बहुत easily. So we cannot very easily ride a cycle on a desert. But army tanks को चलाना desert के ऊपर बहुत easy है. या फिर camel भी बहुत easily desert पे चल लेते हैं. अब ऐसा होता क्यों है? Camel का feet का जो नीचे का portion है वो बहुत wide spread होता है. So area of contact of camel's feet with the desert is very large. So because it has got a very large area, it is easy for a camel to walk. अच्छा, I'll give you an example here which you can relate with your day-to-day life. अभी तो हम लोग स्कूल नहीं जा रहे, क्लासेस नहीं जा रहे, घर पे बैठे हैं, okay? But when we go to school, say we have bought a new bag, okay? हमने new school bag खरीदा, तो तुम लोग actually bag पहनकर देखते हो ना, अरे कैसा लग रहा है बैग, अच्छा है क्या, is it going to be comfortable? So basically, how do we find that out whether our bag is comfortable? By looking at the size of the strip. Okay, the straps रहते हैं bag. So here I gave you a hint to remember this relation. Okay, तो हम लोग कैसे याद रखेंगे? तुम लोगों ने ना नया बैग खरीदा है और बैग का जो स्ट्रैप है उसका जो एरिया है इन कॉन्टैक्ट विथ योर शोल्डर्स इज वेरी स्मॉल. ओके, उसका स्ट्रैप का जो एरिया है इन कॉन्टैक्ट विथ योर शोल्डर्स इज वेरी स्मॉल. तो तुम लोगों ने अब जब बुक्स डाली ना अपने बैग में, तो यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली फील, इमेजिन तुम लोगों ने ऐसा एक बैग डाला हुआ है और उसका जो स्ट्रैप है वो बहुत छोटा है, तुम लोगों ने थोड़ी बुक्स डाली है, ओके, स्कूल जाने के लिए. तो यू विल फील अ पुल. ओके, तुम लोग पीछे की तरफ गिरोगे एक्चुअली. यू नो व्हाई? Because that area is small, automatically the pressure or the force that your books are applying on your shoulders increases. Okay, तो तुम लोगों को बहुत प्रेशर फील होता है शोल्डर्स के ऊपर. और अगर हम लोगों ने मोटा स्ट्रैप वाला बैग पहना ना और उसमें बुक्स डाला, so we are very comfortable. Why are we comfortable? Because that pressure is distributed now over a large area. So we definitely are not going to feel that pull on the backward side. It is very easy for us to now carry our books and walk. So how are we going to remember the relation between these three physical quantities? Remember. तो कभी भी तुम लोगों को कंफ्यूज होएगा ना, एरिया ज्यादा, प्रेशर ज्यादा, कैसे याद रखने का, तो स्कूल स्ट्रैप याद रख, स्कूल बैग का स्ट्रैप याद रखने का. ओके, so how are we going to remember this? When the area is छोटा, ओके, छोटा एरिया मतलब प्रेशर ज्यादा आएगा ना पीछे, तो एरिया छोटा रहेगा तो प्रेशर क्या रहेगा, ज्यादा रहेगा. तो ज्यादा को क्या बोलेंगे हम, मोटा. ओके, तो छोटा एरिया, मोटा प्रेशर. ओके, अब हमने एरिया बढ़ा दिया तो एरिया बड़ा हो गया, तो हम उसको क्या बोलेंगे, मोटा एरिया. ज्यादा एरिया ना अभी, तो मोटा एरिया, छोटा प्रेशर. ओके, यू ऑलवेज गोइंग टू रिमेम्बर दिस. तुम लोग इसको गा के याद रखो या बुक में लिख के रखो. इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टिल द टाइम यू आर स्टडीइंग प्रेशर इन लाइफ. ओके, सो हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू रिमेम्बर इट? छोटा एरिया, मोटा प्रेशर. ओके, मोटा एरिया, छोटा प्रेशर. Okay, clear? You can write that actually, in Hindi, छोटा लिखो, area लिखो, मोटा लिखो, pressure लिखो. Okay, don't write area and pressure in Hindi. That is easier for us to write in English. Okay, so we've got छोटा area, मोटा pressure, मोटा area and छोटा pressure. Okay, so now, whenever you indicate मोटा means ज़्यादा ना, so put a upward arrow. So here I've got less area. Okay, नीचे मतलब area कम है. So you all tell me now, if the area is smaller, what will be the pressure? The pressure definitely is going to be more. Okay, so here if now the area increases, what will be the pressure? The pressure is definitely going to be less. Okay, so we are going to have the less pressure. Okay, this for the same amount of force. Okay, usually force remains the same. तो जितना फोर्स उतना प्रेशर रहता है, वो याद रखने का जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, what are we going to remember? Now, with respect to the same experiment that you all have performed, you can see that picture. Okay, in the first case, at position A, the area is less, no? Okay, so if the area in contact is less, the point of the needle is going to apply more pressure. Okay, at position B, the area of the pin or nail is more, that is in contact with the board. So definitely if area is more, that position is going to apply less pressure. Okay, so you can relate it with the example given here. We have a few more examples. Okay, Also, we should remember that pressure is inversely proportional to area. हमेशा उल्टा रहता है. Okay, which you can very easily indicate with the help of arrow. So I told you we have a few more examples on which the questions can be asked in the exam. Okay, what can that be? Wheels of an army tank have a wide steel belt around them. Now imagine अगर ये साइकिल के व्हील के तरह छोटा व्हील्स रहता, so it would have become very difficult for army to patrol over such large deserted lands, you know. So this is why they have very huge wide steel belt, okay, which covers the bottom of the army tank. Due to which what happens, the pressure distributes itself. अब बड़ा एरिया रहेगा तो pressure spread out हो जाएगा, एक जगह पे नहीं कॉन्सेंट्रेट करेगा प्रेशर. तो आर्मी टैंक के जो व्हील्स है वो नीचे डेजर्ट में इंसर्ट नहीं करेंगे या पेनिट्रेट नहीं करेंगे, राइट. सो दिस इज व्हाई द वाइड स्टील बेल्ट, ओके, जो बहुत बड़ा एरिया है वो आर्मी टैंक को बहुत इजीली मूव होना अलाउ करता है डेजर्ट के ऊपर. ओके, सो दिस इज वन एग्जांपल. आई गिव यू अनदर एग्जांपल ऑफ camels very easily walking on desert. Okay, and it is not easy for us to ride bicycles on desert. Okay, so this is how the wheels are made. Okay, they have got a wide steel belt, okay, over the wheels, which helps them to move easily in desert. Okay, second example that we need to remember here is cutting off fruits and vegetables. Now we need a very sharp knife. Okay, we cannot use a blunt knife like that of a butter knife to cut fruits and vegetables. Now, why is that? Because if you see the sharp knife, the base or the edge of the knife is very sharp. Okay, if it is sharp, that means the area of contact of the knife with the fruits and the vegetables is going to be less. अब area छोटा रहेगा तो वो definitely ज़्यादा pressure apply करेगा, right? So here also students, the same theory we are going to apply. Okay, smaller area, larger is going to be the pressure. Okay, so it is very easy for us to cut fruits and vegetables if the knife is sharp. Okay, next, a sewing needle needs to be sharp. Now what do we use a sewing needle for? We use a sewing needle for stitching clothes. Okay, so it has to very quickly penetrate inside the piece of cloth. Okay, जब sewing machine में डाला है तो उसका जो टिप रहता है वो बहुत ही शार्प होना चाहिए, बिकॉज जितना कम एरिया वो ऑक्यूपाई करेगा उतना ही ज्यादा इजीली वो नीचे जा पाएगा क्लॉथ में. ओके, सो अ सूइंग नीडल नीड्स टू बी शार्प बिकॉज the point of the needle is going to occupy less area and apply more pressure easily on the piece of cloth that needs to be stitched. Okay, students, so all this we need to remember. Now here from this topic you need to remember the formula of pressure, definition of pressure and unit of pressure. When we are going to solve the sum, we are again going to revise all of this. Now students, we are going to study pressure in detail. So pressure can be applied on everything and anything that we have in our surroundings. Okay, so whatever we have in our surroundings is made up of some states. You study states of matter. Okay, so when we talk about states of matter usually can be a solid, it can be a liquid, and it can be a gas. Okay, so pressure तीनों स्टेट पे हमको अलग अलग पढ़ना है. Okay, so students, usually when we study pressure on solid, okay, तो हम लोग एक एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करते हैं. क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म करते हैं? हम लोग एक वुडन प्लैंक लेते हैं और उसके ऊपर बुक्स रखते हैं. Okay, very simple experiment. So I give you 4 books. I tell you to put those books on the wooden plank. So what to do? Consecutively arrange the books. Book 1, book 2, book 3 on the plank. Okay, हम लोग
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Hello, Joker, am I audible? Hello. Dhruv sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
हेलो मैम, आवाज आ रहा है आपको मेरा?
Hello.
हेलो मैम,
Yeah,
स्टूडेंट से
Dhruv
मैं
sir,
ऑडिबल? निकिता मैम, कैन यू हियर मी?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
यस, आई कैन हियर यू टू मैम, बट पीपीटी नहीं दिख रहा है. मैम, you'll have to share your screen. We can't see the PPT.
Yeah, can you see the PPT now?
No, ma'am, not yet.
I've already shared my screen.
Ma'am, we've lost your voice again. Nikita ma'am, can you hear me? Nikita ma'am, can you hear me? Students, just write a yes if you can hear me, please. Just write a yes in the chat.
All about pressure on solids. So I told you all that we can study the pressure that is applied on the three states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Dhruv sir, we have a class up to 5:15, I suppose.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Can I extend it for next 5 minutes?
Yes, ma'am, 5 minutes extension is fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes. So students, then we want to study pressure applied by solids. Okay, we are going to perform one small experiment. Now this experiment is given on page number 17 in your textbook. After the class today, I want you all to read this experiment very carefully. Okay, it's a very simple experiment. We actually are going to just, look at these books and understand what happens. Okay, you all can imagine and also understand what happens. So I've given you 4 books here, and I tell you to arrange these books on a wooden plank. Now this wooden plank is kept with the help of support, okay, on both the sides. I've taken 2 boxes on that I've arranged or kept a wooden plank. I tell you to consecutively arrange the books. Consecutive ka matlab one after the other. Okay. So I've given you 4 books. So you all will put book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. So now these 4 books are definitely going to exert some pressure, but we see that the pressure is distributed. Okay. When I tell you to put these books one above the other, so you definitely are going to observe that when these books are put one above the other, the weight of the books comes together, and you can see that more force is applied on this wooden plank, and the wooden plank, is seen as a small curve is seen in the wooden plank. Okay, so बीच में जहाँ हमने books रखे हैं वहाँ, because the weight has increased, the force has increased. Because the force has increased, the pressure on that point has also increased. Okay. So students, there we understand that solids apply pressure. Okay. If the weight increases, the force increases. If the force increases, the pressure also increases. students, this tells us that the solids apply pressure. Okay. Now we are also going to study the pressure that fluids apply. Okay. I am not going to, discuss this in detail because it is going to take time for us to discuss fluids. But let us understand what fluids are. Okay. Fluids are those substances which can flow. Now, I want you all to take this as an activity for today. Okay. You are going to find out what fluids are. That means you're going to give me the examples of fluids. I told you, what are fluids? Fluids are substances that can easily flow. Okay. So कोई भी substance जब flow करता है, हम उसे fluids बोलते हैं. Okay. You are going to find out the examples of fluids for today. Okay. There's no homework as such. You're just going to revise whatever we've completed in today's class, and you're going to find out the examples of fluids. Okay. So in the next class, we are going to start with pressure, okay, of fluid. That is the example you're going to give me. Okay. So Dhruv sir, we will end the class here for today. Hello, Dhruv sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So I've given them a small activity. We'll end the class for today.
Ma'am, are we done with the lecture?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, students. Thank you, Dhruv sir.